afternoon, Oracle Apex Africa community. I would like to welcome you to the second episode of this series. If you don't know me, my name is Salim Hlayel, and I'm a product manager for Oracle Apex. I am based out of Abu Dhabi in UAE. And today we have another episode for Oracle Apex in Africa. Let me share my screen. Today's title is a bit exciting. It's about accelerating the development of your loan application using Oracle Apex. And my guest here today, Nicholas Muratha, will be taking us through the journey how he built that system. What kind of requirements to build a loan application system from scratch, 100% using Oracle Apex. Nicholas Muratha is an Africa community leader when it comes to Oracle Apex. He's the founder of Innovate with Apex. He's a very active member. If you have a question, you would like to be part of this community, you would like to present, or you have an idea or a feature, or you built something that's cool with Apex and you would like to show it, and you show your skills to the rest of Africa, please communicate with Nicholas. He will facilitate that. If you haven't watched the first episode of Apex in Africa, it used to be called Oracle Apex East and Central Africa Community. Now we change it to cover the whole Africa. Please do watch it. There is a replay. If you go to the bit.ly link, bit.ly/Apex in Africa, you can watch the first episode. And in October last year, and to be particular, 21st of October, we had our first Oracle Apex Africa conference. We had more than 4 or 5 experts from all over Africa talking about their experience, showing demos about Oracle Apex and why it was their choice when it comes to low-code development. And I have a couple of announcements. So what we're trying to do here with this series is we're trying to have it quarterly based. So almost every 3 months, we will host a new episode. And so, as I said, if you have an idea or if you have done or created something using Oracle Apex and you would like to show that skill or you would like to share it with the rest of the community, do communicate with Nicholas, and we will try to have you as a guest so you can speak and demo what you have done. Later this year, we're also planning to have the second Oracle Apex Africa conference. Now, more details will be shared. So we don't know yet. This is going to be virtual, or we're going to visit maybe a country in Africa. We don't know yet, but we will share the details with you sometime in the future. I would like to welcome you again and hope you enjoy this session. Nicholas, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Salim. Thanks. And thanks everyone who has joined in. As you heard, my name is Nicholas. I'm the community leader for Oracle Apex Africa. And I'll just share my screen. And Salim can confirm that my screen is okay?
Yes.
Sharing?
Okay. Yep.
Excellent, excellent. So thank you so much, everyone. I think this year it's quite exciting when it comes to low code and especially Oracle Apex. And we started off the year 2022 with a bang. I think that's what I can say. A bit late to host the session, the quarterly session, but at least we have something to showcase today. So today I'll be taking you to a very common use case, which is loan application use case. And I'm sure all of us in one time or another, we have ever more or less required to apply for a loan, either through a bank, either through a creditor, or even to where you're employed. So it's a very exciting use case, and we'll see how you can achieve it using Oracle Apex within minutes, and we'll just see how that's how you can achieve that. So I think we'll start off with the first let me just change this, Salim, sorry. I think I'm sharing my screen. Just do this so that I don't keep turning my head. Okay, so what I did, I just came up with a use case whereby, and I broke it down into several stages. When you're applying for a loan, what are some of the stages do you go through? And we were lucky to get one customer who was able to tell us their journey or the value chain as far as the loan life cycle is concerned. And this is just limited to what I've just displayed here, whereby the first thing, if you need a loan, you'll find you need to inquire about that loan. And it's just to research and determine the best rate, terms, and even the creditor that you can, of your choice. And immediately you make a decision or you consider a creditor or a loan that you need to apply for, the next thing is to make sure that you do the application. And you'll find whoever is facilitating the loan, one of the things they'll want is to collect your information as an applicant and even your loan details. And then they will be able to push it to the next stage whereby they are able to review the loan. They're able to either approve, decline, or request for more information and just screen you as an applicant and see your credit worth. So that's what happens when loan review are done, and the outcome will be either you're approved or the loan is declined. Then lastly, there's the whole aspect of just administering that loan, where there's the loan administration, where you're tracking the loan, you're tracking the repayments, you're tracking whether people are paying off their loan, if they're not paying off, are loans overdue, and if they're overdue, are penalties being applied, are people writing off loan and stuff. So you'll find that for a loan use case, you'll find that you will go through these stages, but not limited to what I'm displaying. It might be beyond this. So we got a customer and they go through that process. However, they have challenges and they have pain points. They have gaps in their current process. And if I just go even for the loan inquiry, you find that the process is manual. The creditor might come and advertise the loan to you, or if you need the facility, you might need to visit their office. So it's a very manual process. There's no centralized place where you can come in and just get all the loan options that are there so that you can make a quick decision in terms of the facility that you need to select. So when it comes to even loan application, they are facing duplicates. The current process, they're facing a lot of duplicates. The process is manual, using a spreadsheet, online spreadsheet to capture that. So duplicates, I can apply now. Within a few minutes, I can apply again. The same applicant can apply several times, the same loan. So a lot of what I'll call dirty data, or just duplicates. And then on the application form, you find that there's no proper validations. After you apply, you don't know where your record has gone. You apply, it disappears from the screen. You don't know whether people are following up on it. You don't know which status it's been tracked from a back office perspective. And those are some of the challenges that they face. Then when it comes to loan review, approval, or decline, you find that it's also a manual process internally from a workflow perspective, from a process flow perspective. It's very manual. So it's prone to errors because everything is being done manual, just reviewing those Excel. And in case you do a typo, in case you enter a wrong figure, the validations are not there. And also you face duplicate records where now you spend most of your time trying to validate which is the correct application. And that is a lot of time consuming for them. When it comes to loan administration, what I'm calling processing and closure, how do you track the due installments that need to be paid? How do you make sure that you're able to alert the applicant that, yeah, your loan is due and you need to pay for it? So after just going through their loan use case, I was able to pick these pain points and gaps. And the next thing was to come up with recommendations. So when it comes to inquiry, can we have a centralized place where all applicants can view and access available loan facilities? If I need the loan facility, is there a centralized place where I can just go and see all the loan facility, the rates that have been applied, the repayments period, the qualifications that have been required by the creditor, and the process of even applying and even how long it takes? So those are some of the recommendations. And how can we make sure that notifications are built in, whereby if I apply, I'm able to track my loan as an applicant. From a back office perspective, how can the loan officer assign and loans for review, assign loans for approval, assign loans that do not qualify, or the ones that need more information in terms of the requirements? So how do you do all that? So these were some of the recommendations that we came up with. And then number two was, which tool do we use? And that's why Apex comes into play. So I'll quickly start off a demo of how the application is, and we can see how the loan use case and the PowerPoints, the pain points and the gaps were implemented. So just allow me to share this, and we can start.
In this demo, I will showcase how you can take advantage of Oracle Apex PWA feature to come up with an app that is accessible to anyone with an either Android device or even iOS. So from my mobile device, you can see that I have an icon down on my right called Loan App, and I'll just launch it to access the Loan App application. And when the app launches, I have two options, either get started and sign up, or I can log in if I'm an existing member. But for now, I don't exist as a member, so I'll be able to sign up. And before I sign up, I can also go through a list of all the credit facilities that the company is offering or the creditor is offering. And so that by the time I sign up, I'm able to select which credit facility I would want. For this demo, I'll select a personal loan, but before then, I'll have to sign up. I'll click on sign up, and the sign up form will come up. So I need to fill my name, just taking advantage of the cached information. So I'll put my ID number. This is the national ID number. I'll default my age to the default age, which is above 18 years. I'll select my gender, and then I'll edit my phone number, and I'll add my country code. Then I'll enter my email address, and I have to verify my email address with a verification code. So I'll say send email verification code. I'll say okay, and I'll get a field to input my code. But to access my code, I have to go to my emails. So I'll just refresh my email, and I'll get an email from the creditor, and I can see that yes, I have a verification code which is 9950. Just copy that, I'll paste, then I'll submit. can see a message, member details submitted, or a notification. And this time round, I can see I have an option to select my loan facility. And I'll go with the second one, which is a personal loan. I need a personal loan. So I'll continue to apply. And I'll access the application form. And the first input I need to put is the loan amount. By default, it has given me the minimum loan amount, which is 1,000, but I need 20,000. So I'll just edit this to 20,000. Then period, by default, 1 month, but there's a maximum of 6. So I'll take the maximum of 6 months. And then I need to select which partner do I belong to. So I'll click on the drop down and I'll say I belong to partner, employer 1. That's my partner. And I'll put my employee number or payroll number. And then how do I need to receive my funds when they're approved? It can be either on my mobile money account or my bank account. So either I can select mobile money or bank. I'll select mobile money for convenient. So I'll put my mobile money number. I'll copy the same to confirm. And then next, I can add my required document all the way from my national ID, my tax certificate, my passport, my payslip number, my contract with employee or partner 1, and PD post-dated checks. Just approve that I'll be able to repay my loan. For this demo, I'll just select a national ID. I'll upload my file. So go to photos, go to downloads, and I'll select my ID, and the image has been loaded, and I can put a comment, and this is optional. ID document, and I'll say upload. And I can repeat the same process of uploading all these other documents from the list. It's only the first document that is uploaded. That's why you have the image one, which is the name of the document and even the type. So I'll continue to declaration and terms and condition, and I'll agree on them. I'll agree. And there's a link for the terms and condition for the creditor. I need to make sure I read that, and I'll say submit my loan application. And immediately I submit, I can see that I get a message that congratulations Nicholas, loan number 2221 has been submitted. I can see the amount I applied for. I can see the status of my loan is awaiting review, the interest rate, and maximum number of period that I've taken. I can see my loan, outstanding loan with the inclusive of interest, and I can see my repayment date, my first repayment date. And at this point, we have applied for a loan. So that's the first use case. And that's what we have accelerated from an application perspective. I need to go to my emails. I see what was happening. So the first time we got a notification for email verification. If I go back and refresh, I'll see that there's a second email, which is a welcome note, because I was able to submit my member details successfully. And with this email, I'm able to get my username and my password for the, my passcode for the app. So I'll pick that. And all these notifications, email notifications, 100% done on Oracle Apex using the email templates to format. Then the third email I get is a summary of my loan. I applied for a loan, so I get a summary. I know my loan number, 221, duration 6 months, and a summary of all the details that I captured while I was applying for the loan. And lastly, in this use case for application, loan application, there's an email, but this is not a notification that is sent to the applicant or the loan applicant. This one is sent now to the creditor who's offering the loan as a notification that someone new, a new member, came in and applied for a loan, and they submitted the information. And so as the creditor, you get all the information, notification for someone new who applied for a loan, or even an existing member who applied for a loan. You always get a notification so that you're aware that, yeah, people applying loans on the app, and I'm getting a notification. So the creditor got this notification. They're told that it's Nicholas who applied. He applied for 20,000. His mobile number, his email address, partner, his under employee 1, and all the way to his staff number. So you can access the back office loan administration and go directly to this loan 221, and you'll see, and you can process as the creditor. So next, I'll go in and just access the app. Remember, this was just the sign up and loan application. So I can come and say login, and I'll put my email address. Remember, I did a copy of my passcode, so I'll paste it there, and I'll click sign in. So in terms of data reuse, the app, you're able to reuse your data. As if I click on profile, you'll see now Nicholas exists. One source of truth is already there. I exist, and I had loaded one personal document, which is ID. Now I need to load all these other documents, upload all these other documents. If I go to my dashboard, I see a summary of my loan documents that I did not upload, and I need to upload. I need to get guarantors or request for guarantors who can guarantee me the 20,000 that I applied for. And later on, when we approve the loan from a back office perspective, it will generate a schedule, a repayment schedule. And as we approve, there's an option for adjusting the loan amount depending on my payslip value, or payslip, my payslip net amount. There's a possibility of either reducing this amount if I don't qualify for 20,000, and we'll see how that use case is. Okay, so for here, I'll want to set up a guarantor or request for a guarantor. So I'll click on the request button. I'll say I want Jodo to offer some guarantee on my loan. I'll put his, and this is an employee that you work with. He belongs to your company, and I'll put their number. I'll just modify my number a bit because the system will be able to validate the number. Same to the email address. I'll just adjust it a bit. Put Gmail. And then I'll say, as the applicant, I want Joe to guarantee me the whole 20,000. And my form is filled, and I can just submit the request to Joe. So what will happen? The app will send a notification to this email address of the guarantor, and they'll have even a link where they can click on and go to the approval or decline form, and immediately they approve or decline, I'll be able to see the change of status under my guarantors tab. I'll see, and if the whole amount, the whole 20,000 has been approved, it means even the request button will disappear, because it means there's nothing more to guarantee. The whole loan amount has been guaranteed, and I'm good to go as one of the conditions that I needed to meet. Okay, so I'll just go and switch my email to the guarantor's email, and I'll see the guarantor received an email notification. So it's just requesting that you got a request from Nicholas, loan number 221, duration 6 months, and there's an amount to guarantee, which is 20,000, and there's a link for that. So as Joe Doe, what I'll do, I'll just click on the link, and automatically it will load the form. And with this form, I can approve. I can come and click approve and submit. And immediately I submit. If I just log in again on the app as Nicholas, I had pasted my key, access key. If I log in as Nicholas and I go to my guarantors tab, I can see that it's already approved, and even the button for requesting a guarantor has disappeared because the whole amount has been approved, which is 20,000, and I really applied for 20,000. Okay. Now, two things have happened, two notifications. The person who guaranteed me, they'll receive a report. Let me just refresh my emails. Okay, yeah, there is the email. So it shows that Jodo, you get a report that you have already guaranteed Nicholas and approved Nicholas's request to guarantee him the 20,000. So as Joe, you get Jodo, you get that notification. And if I can switch my email as Nicholas the applicant, I also get a report, a notification that yes, my request to be guaranteed the 20,000 by Jodo has been approved. So I also get that notification. Okay. And from the app, I can see the status is approved. So next we'll go, and in the back office, I'll just show what happens in the back office, where my loan is reviewed, it's adjusted, it's approved and activated, and what happens to my schedule tab as far as the app is concerned. Okay, so I'll switch to my slides again to showcase that.
Okay, yeah, that was just a quick demo in terms of how the loan application use case was implemented. Secondly, I'll just share my screen. We'll continue with some of the back office. So what happens to the back office? So we have seen how we have reduced the friction in terms of the loan application, taking care of some of the challenges the client was having, especially when it comes to Excel forms and such. So that was the first use case. So now I'll more or less showcase what happens in the back end or in the back office, because now we have two apps. We have the PW app, and we have now the loan administration app that the loan officer will access. So as the loan officer, I'll find that Nicholas already applied for the loan, and I can see that loan. And secondly, I need to either decline this loan, review it, or provide more data, or I can pass it for approval. So if I try to pass it to approval, there's some validations that go along in terms of making sure that Nicholas, the applicant, satisfies the loan requirements. So that's why we were not able to approve this loan. But if you go back to the app, I was able now to load all the documents and make sure all my personal documents, all the loan documents have been approved. And you can see even the loan officer gave me a status of provide more data. So you can be able to track now your status is, okay? Then I'll come and approve. And while approving, if I find, as the loan officer, if I find Nicholas does not qualify for the 20,000, what I'll do, I'll just be able to do some adjustment. Maybe he qualifies for 18,000 as far as this example is concerned. So we'll just input the 18,000 and approve that. And immediately approve, the loan will move from pending to for approval, and further you can even activate the loan. And when you activate the loan, what happens, it goes to the active tab, and it will show who activated it, when it was activated, and the new loan amount that was activated. And from app perspective, you'll find that now I no longer have the 26,000, which is loan plus interest, but I have 23,400,000 as my loan, my new loan, because now it's the 18,000 plus the interest. Now that changes. Then something interesting happens. If you check on the schedule, you'll find that my loan is active. However, now I have a repayment schedule, and the repayment starts from the from the upcoming payroll month to the, depending on the payment period, to the last payroll month. This is 6 months. So at least by June 31st, I need to make sure I've paid off this loan. Okay. So to pay this loan, one of the challenges the customer had is there's a situation where payments come, but we don't know where to allocate the payments, or they are overdue loans, but we don't know whether they've been paid for or not, because payment, the invoices are 100% manual. Loans are kept as a silo in an Excel. So reconciling the two, there's a lot of administration work. And if you make a mistake around your records, you find that you might miss out on something. So one of the things we did is to make sure we automate the invoicing process. And for the invoicing process is whereby I come, I say, employer one, I need to get all your due loans for this coming month. So what the system will do, or the app will do, it will go and pick all the loan repayments that fall under that condition. If the repayment is for the month of March, all repayments that are under the month of March for that employer are going to be consolidated to one invoice and a schedule generated in terms of the breakdown. Okay, so that's what we did on the back office side to make sure that we're able to consolidate that. Then further to that, we're able to create the invoice, and immediately you create the invoice, you find that, you find that if I go to my loan account, I'll find that my first installment has been invoiced. Okay, so my first installment has been invoiced. Now we need to track the payment. So you can come and capture payment and allocate this payment to an invoice, and automatically the system will know how to allocate and come and clear your loan installment. Okay, so that's the whole process of now administering the repayments, invoicing and the repayments, and making sure the same is updated. So as an applicant, my loan will always be up to date as long as my invoice and the payments are tied together. Okay, so you can see the payment repayment is done and there's a balance. Okay. So also what you enjoy as the loan officer, you get a dashboard that tells you how many applicants have applied, how many active loans do you have, how many loans are waiting for more data, how many loans you have declined, and all that. So there's a dashboard for the loan officer just to make sure they're able to track what's happening as far as loan application and even loan administration. Okay. Then lastly, how did we achieve this? I told you that as a tool, we used Oracle Apex, and it has all these features that that were able to implement this use case and even offer more. We had the classic reports that we used. We used forms, we used validation, dynamic action processes, email templates, authentication schemes, custom authentication scheme, and even taking advantage of the PWA feature, which now gives us the Android version of the app, iOS version of the app, without any rework. One application accessed with multiple devices, mobile devices. Okay. And I won't end before I just mention some of the contributors to this, making sure we are able to achieve this use case. I have two beautiful ladies there. That's Julie. She's a UI UX designer, and Sisi, she's a law student. And guess what? Zero knowledge about Oracle Apex, but they were able to do design, document, and even do some declaration on the Oracle Apex side for us to have this application. So these two ladies had zero experience with Oracle Apex. Within 4 weeks, they knew what we needed to do to make sure that we deliver the app. And also, I'll mention also Felix, one of the community developer. Is also Oracle Apex. Also him, he was part of this initiative. And guess what? All we did, we blocked 4 weeks, 1 hour a day, 9 p.m. every night. I used to call them, we enter, within 1 hour, we're able to do what we need to do. And within 4 weeks, we had an app that is working and already being used in production. Okay. So, that was good for us to have this good team. And then lastly, before we close, how can I build my own loan app? So this is more or less a demo of how you can build your own loan app from scratch using Oracle Apex, no coding, 100% just declarative, and you already have an app. And my next demo is now to take you through this process. So what I'll do, I'll just stop sharing from the slides. And then I'll share my browser. And then now we can build an app from scratch. Just go to my browser. And I'll just log in to the builder. I hope you're seeing my browser and the Oracle Apex Builder.
Yeah, it's clear, Nicholas.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So let me just zoom in a bit so that it's much clearer. So from this demo, we have loan types and we have applicants. So we want to see how quickly we can come up with a demo app from scratch, whereby we say we build our loan types model, build our application model, and come up with an app, and we can test it in this session. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the app builder. Before I go to the app builder, I think I'll go to utilities. I'll access quick SQL. Remember, we are starting from scratch, and I just have a pre-loaded model I had done. And what this model has, I have a table called loan types, and it has a column called loan type PK. That's a primary key, and it's a number PK. And I have also another column called loan type, where we can put the description for the loan. And then we have the loan rate. And then I have another table called application, which will store applicant and their loan details. And it has also a primary key, and will capture the full name of the applicant, his email address, and the loan amount that they want to apply for. So I'll start off by just generating the DLL for this. And can you imagine, I just typed these 9 codes and automatically I get a whole list of SQL generated for me. And I'll just go to setups. I'll add something here on the setup. I'll say I want to track audit. I want to audit what's happening on my table, and I'll include drop tables so that I can reuse the script over and over. And then I'll save the script. I'll say loan app script, add March 2022. So I'll save the script. And all I'll do, I'll just run. Remember, I'm not doing any code. I'm not generating any code. I'm just declaring what I want, concentrating on the business need. And then I'll run the script. I'm expecting 2 failures from my report. Yes, I was expecting 2 errors because we are trying to drop tables that don't exist. So I was expecting that. And then I'll say create the app. So I'm going to create the app. I can see my 2 tables have been generated, one for loan types, one for application. So I'll just click on create application. And now the metadata for the application is almost being generated. And I can say this is the loan app demo. So I'll give it a name. By default, I already have a home page that has been that is going to be generated. I also have the loan type and the application. At a minimum, I'll just leave this and I'll just say create my application. So the metadata for the applications have been created, and let's test our app. So we already have an app. And what I'll do, I'll just beautify this login screen quickly. So it's a bit beautiful. So I'll just come to the app builder and the page designer. I'll just select my page and go to templates. I'll select split and I'll go with background 3. I'll say, okay, I'll save, and then I'll replay. And at least now we have a beautiful login screen. Okay, so what else do we need to do? So let's see whether we can log in. I hope that was my password. Yeah, that was the correct password. So you log into this app and you have your loan types. Without writing a single code, we can capture our loan types. We can say the first loan type is salary advance. Salary advance. And we can say it's a rate of The loan rate is 5%. So we have our first record on the app. We have personal loan, and a rate of 10%. And already we have 2 records in terms of our loan types. And now we can go to the application form. Let's see how it looks like. So if I click on the application form, one of the things I'll see, Apex is so intelligent that it knows there was a relationship between my loan type and my applicant. So I can already created for me a drop down. So if I want to apply for a loan, I'll just come and say, I need a salary advance. My name is Nicholas Muratha. My email address is nicholas.muratha@apex. My email address, and I want a loan of 50,000. And I can say create. And already we have an application in terms of a loan application, okay? And also an application that can support this. But I need to modify this and make sure that I'm able to get a notification when I apply. I don't need to log in to apply for this loan. Anyone out there can apply. So the first thing, I'll just go to this form and I'll try to modify 2 fields. That's the name and the full name and the email. I'll just give them a identification type of text and I'll save that. Then I'll go to the email. I'll give it as a subset of email so that it can validate and emails that I'm entering. And then I go back to the form. I want to say this form is public. You don't need to log in to access this form. So under security, I'll go to authentication and say page is public and I'll save. However, how do we access the page? So I'll go back to the app and I'll decide before you log in, you can access the page. Sorry. So I'll come and modify, add another button. Sorry. I'll just duplicate this button and call apply, call it apply button. Sorry, just allow me to take some water. Excellent. Okay, so I'll modify this button and call it apply. However, I need to direct it to call a page, and it's going to call our loan application form, which is page 5. And I need to clear cache on page 5. I'll save and I'll test the app. So we have a button called apply. And if I click on apply, automatically I can apply for my loan without logging in. But I need to make sure that when I apply, I also get a notification. So how do we do that? And before we go there, I'll want to take advantage of the latest release of Apex when it comes to the drawer dialog template. I'll put the drawer. I like it. I like it a lot. And I think we'll refresh this so that it takes effect. And then immediately I apply for my loan, we need to get a notification, okay? So I'll come and create a process here. And I'll say send email. Send email. Okay, and in this process, I'll come and select the type is send email. So where are we sending the email? So if you come and put an email on this field, I'll just copy this field. We need to take the value of this field and we send an email to that field that you input. Need to put a dot, and then we need to have a message, and we can say congratulations, whoever put the email. So I'll reuse this down here. So I'll say for the body of the email, we'll need to say congratulations, depending on who put the email, and we can say loan application as our title for the email, and we can save. So we can try it out. We can come. I'll say I'm applying for a loan. I'll select salary advance. It's Nicholas Muratha. And I can say that's my email address. And we can say 4,500. That's our loan amount. And we can create our loan. Now I need to go back to my email and confirm whether I got an email. Excellent. I got an email which says loan application. Hope you can see it. And I can say, congratulations, Nicholas Muratha at innovate with apex.com. And now I can share the link with you, and you can all apply for a loan. So let me go to chat, and I can share the link. So you can just try it out, try to apply from that link and confirm if you'll get an email. And that's how you take advantage of Oracle Apex capability. Number one, quick speed to market. Any opportunity you have, you need to automate. And if it's needed in the market, like immediately. So Oracle Apex is your best bet as far as the use cases that you're going to meet there. And I'm done with the demo. And Salim, I don't know if there are any questions that I need to answer.
I have actually a question. It's regarding the length that you said you spent 4 weeks, 1 hour a day to work on this.
Yeah. Yes. 4 weeks, 1 hour a day. We meet with the team. We decide what we need to do. We try to achieve it within the 1 hour, because remember, we were doing it with during our extra time. Yeah, so you are correct.
That's like 14 hours work.
Yeah, almost 14 hours work. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's like a day if you really concentrate on it. Yeah, it's like a day or a couple of days, depending how many hours you will spend to work. But I think you can even do more. I mean, that's just a 1 day work. And if you have more time and more effort, more team members, maybe you could even make it excellent. It's already nice. It's already excellent. It's already great. And it shows the power of Apex, right? And this is what you could do in 14 hours, guys. This is
exactly.
And some members are not even Apex. Some of those members are not even Apex experts. They don't know Apex. They don't know the platform. Most of the stuff has been done declaratively. And even when you were actually using the Quick SQL, which is the modeling language inside Apex, which I love, by the way, there are plenty of other features that you can also utilize. For example, you can create sample data sets. So you just put slash after the table name, slash insert 1000, and you have 1000 rows to test and to see how your app will look like when you have, data sets over there. Amazing. I love it, Nicholas. It's a great work, and it shows really the power of Apex. And that's the whole idea, is you want to move from an idea to a fully running app in almost no time. And now let's imagine if the business comes back to you and say, well, we love it, but how about we do this change or that change? How long does it take to do that change? And this is the nature of life. It keeps changing. Things are not static. They are dynamic in nature, and people would like always to refine and add, more power to the app, more functionality, and they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait for you to redevelop the whole thing from scratch or do expensive compilation or coding. They want you to do it almost in no time. Amazing, great work.
Exactly.
I don't know, guys, if you have a question or not, but if you don't, I would like to conclude that this was an amazing demo by Nicholas. And you, as a member of this community, if you have done something with Apex, if you like it, and please go and try to do something. And once you are satisfied, you are confident enough, come back to us, whether Nicholas or me, and maybe we can have you as a guest, so you can be a member here. So,
Yeah, true.
okay, so Yuba has a question. It's on chat, actually. So let me go to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's saying, thank you for the presentation so far. How do you manage security regarding authentication? I think you answered this. So you're using custom authentication in this case. But when it
Yes.
comes to things like multi-factor authentication or OAuth, maybe you can share some ideas after the presentation. So did you use multi-factor authentication in this app? I don't think so, right?
No, I didn't use it. And also I've not used the auth authentication. But remember, we have the capability also from an Apex perspective to customize that and being able to take care of that. Yeah.
Perfect. Nice. Now, what will happen about this session, it's already recorded, so it's going to be available soon. And somebody has asked, will the demo be available somewhere to see? So I don't know if you will be able to give the demo or you give a link to the demo, Nicholas. I'll leave that to Nicholas in the future. If you can.
Sorry, maybe I can ask, is it the link to the demo or just the recording of the demo?
The recording will be available. I think the question is, will this demo be available somewhere to see? I joined late. Oh, if it's recording, sure, it's there. It's there. It's going to be there. All right, so perfect. I think we answered all the questions. I'm so happy to have you again, Nicholas. And I think Africa has so many talents, and you can do a lot with Apex. So show me, please, be part of that community, engage, and I'm sure that the next sessions, so hopefully in 3 months' time, we will have the next session for Apex in Africa. You are most welcome to join and be part of this series and be my guest. Thank you very much. And thank you, Nicholas, again, and hope to see you soon.
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.